All right, hi guys. Thank you for joining tonight. Let me just turn on a little light. I'm Haley. If you haven't yet taken my classes, Colby, come here. My dog hates when we are on the phone or anything when we're not paying attention to him. Hopefully he'll settle down a little bit. But tonight I kind of wanted to focus on arm strength and maybe throw in a couple arm balances just to test it out, see where things go. But we'll get started lying down on our backs. You can lie in Supta Baddha Konasana, recline bound angle pose. So heels together, knees wide. Whoopee. And once you arrive, you can gently close the eyes. Kobe. You can place one hand on your heart, one hand on the belly. And start to feel the rising and falling of the breath. And feel the chest begin to rise and fall with every inhale and exhale. And let every inhale draw some more space, draw some more light in the body. And every exhale softens the body a little bit more. And see if you can become a little bit heavier in the legs, starting to open up the hips a little bit wider. And just taking a quick little scan, starting from the top of the head all the way down to the toes, just taking as long as you need. Noticing any areas of the body that can release a little bit more. Noticing the quality of the thoughts. And trying to slow down the breath, so deepening the breath with every inhale and exhale. Taking one more deep inhale through the nose. And open your mouth to side out. You can draw the knees into center. Feet can land mat split. And then gently taking some windshield wipers of the legs, just releasing the hips, releasing the legs. And then coming back through center. We'll lengthen the legs out long to the top of the room, so heels reach to the top of the room. And then lower the right heel down to the mat, just to hover. And then lift the arms over to the left side. So you're kind of in like a little bit of a twist. Lifting the shoulders off of the mat. Hands are reaching over to the left. The right forearm might start to make a little bit of contact with the left thigh. And then coming through center, switching out the legs, and then reach the arms over to the right side. Left forearm might make contact with the right thigh. And then inhale back through center. Exhale over to the left side. Try keeping the shoulders and head lifted. Couple more times back and forth, switching out the legs over to the right side. Inhale through center. Twice more on each side. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back through center. Once more with your own breath. This is a little bit of foreshadowing for what we're going to be getting into. So just becoming a little bit familiar with this movement. Come back through center. And then lower the shoulders down. Lower the legs down. Take a full body stretch. Toes and fingers reach in opposite directions. And then draw the knees in. The knees will align over the hips, keeping about a 90-degree angle in the legs. And then reach the fingertips to the front of the room, lifting the shoulders off the mat, coming into just some core engagement here. Your gaze can be at the top of the room, just keeping the collarbones broad right here. And then lower the shoulders back down. Keep the legs where they are. On your next inhale, lift the shoulders, lift the head, crunching up, warming up the core. Exhale to lower. 3 more times. Inhale, lift the arms up, reach to the front of the room. Exhale, lower. Twice more on your own. Follow your breath. Lower the shoulders back down. Hug the knees into the chest. Draw the knees into the shoulders. Happy baby pose. You can land the hands behind the knees, ankles, outside edges of the feet. Reach the sits bones to the front of the room, expanding the low back. Press the entire back into the mat. Maybe take a couple rocks side to side to massage out the organs. And then draw the knees back to your chest, hands behind the knees. Rock up and down the spine, taking about 5 to 7 rocks, however many you need. We're going to land in a tabletop pose. So however you get there, whenever you're ready, whenever you feel like you've had enough rocks. So wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. On your next breath in, pull the heart through, belly sinks, tailbone lifts, coming into your cow pose. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine, tuck your tail, cat. Next inhale, cow pose. Maybe close the eyes here, just feeling into your body. Exhale, round the spine cat. Taking a couple more moments on your own here, flowing in and out of your cat and cows with your own breath. Taking one more round. Meeting back through neutral spine, neutral tabletop whenever you're ready. We'll start to walk the hands, just keeping some buoyancy in the hands, just taking some like paw prints, moving the fingers, moving the hands in different directions, just opening up the wrists a little bit. So when we're doing arm balances, we're putting a lot of pressure on the hands. So just warming up the wrists, the palms, the fingers, and then maybe flipping the hands so fingertips face the hips, coming into a pretty intense wrist stretch. You can soften the elbows a little bit, maybe sink the hips a little bit towards the heels, feeling that intensity in the wrists. And then releasing, palm face up. So back of the hand is pressing into the mat. Fingertips will face towards one another, towards the midline, the center of the mat. You can bend the elbows for less intensity. For a little bit more, start to lengthen the arms. Maybe bring the hands into a fist, clenching the hands for a more intense stretch in the wrists. Stay active through the core, so avoiding sinking in the belly. And then release, hands back to neutral. Take a round of cat and cow here just to flush that out, feel back into the hands. And then tuck the toes. Walk the hands just a little bit in front of where they are, about a palm print. Lift the knees to hover. Shift the gaze to the back toes, back of the mat. So knees should be hovering about 3 or so inches off of the earth. Core is active. Press into the palms, into the toes. Starting to warm up the quads, warm up the shoulders, warm up the core. Couple more rounds of breath. Inhaling through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. One more deep inhale. On your exhale, slowly lift the hips back up in space, downward facing dog. Take a couple moments here to pedal out the feet. Take a couple rocks of the hips, maybe bounce the body. And just starting to feel into your downward facing dog, feel into your body. Whenever I practice, I usually can kind of tell how my practice is going to go once I get into my first down dog of the day. Either I'm super tight, I can feel that in my hamstrings, maybe my shoulders are tired or sore. So taking this moment here to see what your body is asking for, what your body needs tonight, not forcing it in any posture or taking the rest that your body might need tonight. On your next inhale, left foot stays right, toes lift to the top of the room. Draw the right knee to the right tricep, holding here. And then step the foot to the outside of the right hand. Left knee can stay lifted, left toes tucked. So hands are on the inside of the right foot. Coming into our lizard lunge, our lizard pose. You then take a couple rocks forwards and backwards. Starting to get a little bit deeper into the hips, the hip flexors. And then finding some stillness. We'll lengthen the right leg, taking a little bit of a fold, so we're modified pyramid pose. On your inhale, pull the heart through, pull the heart forward. And then exhale to fold yourself in between the legs. And then next inhale, lift yourself up, root through the right foot, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, sink the hips, Malasana, yogi squat. Hands to prayer, press the elbows into the inner thighs, roll the shoulders down the back, reach up through the top of the head. On your next inhale, press into the feet, use the strength of the legs to lift yourself up. Urdhva Hastasana, reach the arms up, feet can wiggle underneath the hips. On your next exhale, hands draw to heart center. Inhale to circle the arms overhead. Exhale, fold yourself forward, knees can be soft here. Hands grab opposite triceps. Take a sway back and forth. Ragdoll. And then release the hands. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step yourself back, high plank. On your next inhale, shift the body forward. Exhale, lowers you halfway or to the belly. Untuck the toes, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, make your way to your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, right foot stays, left heel lifts to the top of the room. Exhale, draw the knee to the left tricep. Step the foot to the outside edge of the hand. Lizard lunge. Take a couple rocks, forwards and backwards. And then find some stillness. Lengthen the left leg, modified pyramid pose. Right heel can stay lifted. Inhale to reach the heart to the front of the room. Exhale to fold yourself in between the legs. Feeling that delicious, juicy stretch on the back of the left leg. Next breath in, plant through the palms. Shift the weight to the left foot, step the right foot to the outside edge of the right hand. Sink the hips, Malasana. And then press the weight into the feet. Use your legs to lift yourself up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Anjali, move your hands to heart. Next breath in, sink the hips, Utkatasana, chair pose. Take a look down to make sure the knees aren't tracking in front of the toes. Maybe see if you can lift the toes off the mat. Shift the weight to the heels. Sink a little bit deeper. Try keeping the biceps next to the ears. If shoulders are tight, maybe widening the arms or draw the hands to heart if it's too much. Inhale here. Exhale, sink a little deeper. One more breath in through the nose. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift on the breath in. Plant your palms, step yourself back, high plank. Shift your way forward. Exhale, lowers you through your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple rounds of breath here just to feel into how the body might feel a little bit different. Now that we're a little bit more warmed up. Next, inhale, right heel lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Stack the right hip on top of the left. And then take a couple knee circles with the right knee. Draw the left heel to the mat, find that length in the back of that leg. Next, exhale, draw the right knee to the right tricep. And then draw the knee to center. Step the foot through. Inhale lifts you up to your crescent warrior. Sink into the front knee, keep the back heel lifted. Take a side bend over to the right side. Right fingertips can graze or reach for the floor. Left fingertips reach overhead. Inhale back through center. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, shift the weight forward, so torso hovers over the front leg. And then exhale, twist you into your high lunge prayer twist. Left elbow catches hold of the right thigh. Inhale, reach through the crown of the head, find length through the vertebrae. Exhale, twist through the spine, find a deeper twist here. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together. Keep reaching through the crown of the head. Inhale lifts you back up to your crescent warrior. Lengthen the front leg, reach through the fingertips, and then exhale, fold over the front leg, modified pyramid. Keep the hips shifted back. If you want a little bit more intense of a stretch, right toes can lift off the mat. Couple more rounds of breath here. Plant through the right foot. Hop the back foot in a little bit more. So back heel is down, heel to heel alignment. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle. You might want to use a block here underneath the left hand. Left hand plants, right fingertips open you up, coming into your revolved triangle. Keep hugging the inner thighs together. Right fingertips are reaching to the top of the room. Keep the left heel rooted down. This is quite intense. So if ever your breath is compromised, maybe releasing the right hand to a hip, maybe backing out of the twist a little bit more. Lower the right hand down to frame the front foot. Lift the back heel. We're in standing splits. Feel that stretch on the back of the right leg. Inhale to reach the head forward, reach the heart up. And then exhale to fold a little bit deeper over the front leg. Step the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, sink the hips, Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, Anjali Mudra, lengthen the legs, hands to heart center, standing. Sink the hips, chair pose. Holding here. Sinking a little deeper, keeping the tailbone tucked. Shifting the weight to the heels. Inhale to hold. Exhale to sink deeper. One more inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Exhale to plant your hands, step your way back, high plank. You've got a chaturanga if you want it. Or else, we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Left heel lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Lower the right heel down to the mat, find that length on the back of the leg. And then take some knee circles with the right or with the left leg. Inhale here. Exhale, draw the left knee to the left tricep. Draw the knee back to the center of the chest, and then step the foot through. Next, inhale, keep the right heel lifted, all 10 toes point forward, crescent warrior. Sink into the front knee a little bit more. Take a side bend over to the left side. Left fingertips reach towards the floor, right fingertips reach overhead. Inhale, sweep the arms back overhead. Exhale, draw the hands to your heart. Shift the weight forward. Torso hovers over the front thigh. Exhale, twist to the left side. Right elbow catches the left thigh for a twist. Inner thighs are hugging together. Keep reaching through the crown of the head. Find that length through the vertebrae. Finding that space. And then exhale, after you found that space, twist a little deeper. Feel the core starting to ring out. Inhale back through your crescent warrior. Lengthen the front leg. Keep the thighs hugging together to find that stability. And then hinge at the hips, reach through the fingertips. Modified pyramid pose, right heel's lifted. If you want a more of a hamstring stretch, lift the left toes off the mat. If the toes were lifted, lower the left toes back down. Hop the right foot in about a foot, heel to heel alignment. Right hand might need to find a block underneath it. Left hand comes to the left hip. Roll the left shoulder down the back, start twisting open to the left side. Reach the right chest over to the left side. Left fingertips can reach to the top of the room. Revolve triangle pose. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward. Keep the right heel rooted. Couple more rounds of breath here. Lower the left hand down. Move the block if it was there. Shift the weight to the left foot. Right heel lifts, standing splits pose. Draw the nose to the knee. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, can you fold a little bit deeper? Step the right foot next to the left. Forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Tadasana, hands to heart center. Inhale, chair pose. Sink the hips. Keep sinking a little bit deeper. This time we're going to lower the hips down. Navasana pose. Reach the toes forward. Taking your depth, your variation if you want the toes touching feet or the hands planted next to the hips. For modified variation. On your next exhale, we'll lower to our low boat. Inhale high. Exhale low boat. High boat. One more time, low boat. Inhale to our high boat and holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross over the ankles. Hands plant. Step or hop your way through chaturanga. We're going to meet in our downward facing dog. Taking a couple rounds of breath here to collect yourself. Next inhale, left foot down, right heel rises. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. You can stay here, or if you want to take a wild thing, feel free to do so. Right toes lower behind the left leg. Lift the hips up. Plant through the right hand. Draw the right knee with control to the right tricep. Holding here, find that connection. Knee draws to the chest, create space. Step the foot through. Inhale to your crescent warrior. Take that side bend over to the right side. Move back through center. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to shift the torso forward. Exhale, take your prayer twist to the right. You can stay here. If you want to take a little bit of a deeper variation, you can start to broaden the arms, opening the left chest over to the right. Again, just options here. Inhale to lift you back up, crescent warrior. This time we're going to open ourselves up, warrior 2. Bend into the front knee. Back foot parallel with the shorter edge of the mat. Next, inhale, reverse your triangle, lengthen the front leg. Arms out to a T. Back foot might wiggle in a little bit. Reach as far forward as you can and shift the hips back. Trikonasana, triangle pose. On your next inhale, use the core to reverse your warrior. Front knee takes a bend. Cartwheel the hands down and lengthen the front leg. Back foot might need to hop in a little bit. Revolve triangle pose. Left fingertips right down, right fingertips lift to the top of the room. Lower the hands to frame the front foot. Lift off the back toes, standing splits top of the mat. This time, right hand stays where it is, a little bit outside of the right pinky toe. Left fingertips reach to the top of the room, coming into your half moon pose. Left hip stacks on top of right. Keep reaching the right side of the chest over to the left. Keep the left foot flexed. Soften the right knee to avoid locking up the joint. You want to maybe play with some balance. Right hand might lift a little bit off of the floor. Maybe hand comes to the heart. Stay rooted through the right big toe, finding that balance. One more round of breath here to hold. Plant the hands down, standing splits just for a beat. Left foot meets the right. Forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. This time, hands draw to the heart. Take a twist over to the right side. Prayer twist. Sink the hips deeper. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, take a twist over to the left side. Come back through center, holding here, reach the arms up. Biceps next to the ears, sink a little deeper. Inhale, coming up to standing. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, chair pose. Holding here for a couple of rounds of breath. Next, exhale, take a fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your palms, make your way through your chaturanga. Or hop into, or not hop, but make your way to your down dog whenever. Root through the right foot, left heel lifts, bend the knee, stack the hip. If you want a wild thing, now's the chance to take it. Left toes down, lift the hips up. Root through the left palm. Use the core. Slowly draw the left knee to the left tricep. Finding that connection. Draw the knee to the chest and then step the foot through. Next, inhale, crescent warrior. Left fingertips reach for the floor. Side bend over to the left side. Come back through center, crescent. Hands to heart. Inhale to shift the torso forward. Exhale, take your twist over to the left. Keep the right heel lifted. Again, if you want to play here, you can start to open the wings, your arms, floor to ceiling. Right hand might reach for a block or the ground. Left fingertips reach to the top of the room. Next, inhale, crescent warrior. This time, open yourself up, warrior two. Left knee stays bent. Inhale to reverse your warrior. And then lengthen the left leg. Reverse triangle. Arms out to a T. Right toes might pop in a little bit. Reach the left fingertips forward as far as they can go. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Keep spinning the rib cage over to the right. And your next breath in, use the core. Reverse your warrior, left knee bends. Cartwheel the hands down. Hop the left or the right foot in about a foot. Lengthen the left leg. Coming into our revolved triangle pose. Right hand to the earth or a block. Left hand to the hip, or start reaching the fingertips to the top of the room. Plant the left palm down. Standing splits, top of the mat, right toes lift. And then this time we're going to move into half moon. So left hand is a little bit outside of the left pinky toe at a diagonal. Right hand can come to the hip. Reach to the top of the room. Keep the right hip stacked on top of the left. Right toes flexed to the face. Want a little bit more of a challenge? Root through the left big toe. Left toes or left hand might start to lift off the mat. Maybe the hand comes to the ankle, maybe the hand comes to the heart. One more round of breath here, finding that wobble. And then plant the hands to frame the foot. Standing splits just for a moment. Right toes meet the left top of the mat, take a fold. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, sink the hips, Utkatasana chair pose. Hands to heart. This time take a twist over to the left. Prayer twist. You want to open the arms up, coming into open wings. Take a look down to make sure the right knee's not in front of the left. Inhale back through center. Prayer twist over to the right. If you want to stay here, do that. Or if you want to open the arms, working on a little bit of a deeper twist. Inhale back through center. And then exhale, Tadasana mountain pose. One more chair pose here, sink the hips. This time, keep the knees bent. We're going to plant the hands, so we're going to work into Bakasana, crow pose. If you haven't done it, if you want to take a look up here, we're going to root through the hands, root through the fingertips, through the base knuckles on the palm. Press into the hands. Play with that shift of the weight, maybe just for a moment. And then draw the knees up to the armpits. So finding that connection. If this is where you stay, that's awesome. If you feel like you might need a little bit more height, you can always add a little prop, maybe a book or a block underneath the toes to lift you up. If you're scared of falling, feel free to add some pillows or blankets out in front of the face. If not, if you want to play with a little bit of fly time or air time, maybe lift one or both toes off of the mat. So you're shifting the weight into the hands. Taking that courage to lift the toes off. Think about drawing the big toes together. And start to lengthen the arms out long. Draw the heels to the hips. Keep the gaze a little bit out in front of you. And then you can either shoot your legs back or lower the feet. Take a chaturanga, meet in downward facing dog. Let the knees fall wide, big toes come together. Take a moment in child's pose. Let the arms rest alongside body. And feeling your breath coming back to the breath. If the breath got away from you, you might want to rock the hips side to side, loosen that area up a little bit more. And then reach the arms out in front of you. Walk the arms over to the left side, coming into a side body stretch. And the right hand can rest on top of the left. And then think about pulling the breath all the way from the right shoulder through the right lung, all the way to the right hip point. Walk the fingertips through center and then travel them to the right side. Left hand might place on top of the right. Feeling that breath move from right shoulder or from the left shoulder to the right or left side body, left lung, left hip. Hands travel through center. Press into the palms, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. We're gonna add in just a couple more things. Just playing with maybe one or two more arm balances. Just to see where we're at, have a little fun. Left foot stays right, toes lift, bend the knee, open the hip. Take your wild thing if you want it, or else just stay, maybe take some knee circles. Plant the right palm. This time, draw the right knee to the right tricep. Inhale to your three-legged dog. Right knee to right tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. This time, right knee to right tricep. We're gonna take chaturanga arms. We're gonna let the left or the right knee rest on the right tricep. Upper body might rest on both of the forearms, or both of the triceps, my bad. And we're gonna take flying splits. So if you wanna take a moment just to look at how this is gonna break down, you're gonna take chaturanga arms. So this is called Ekapada Vinyasa, 1. And then shift the weight to the arms, lengthen both of the legs. The gaze is just a little bit out in front of you. Plant through the left foot. Three-legged dog, no worries if it's not there. It's just an opportunity for a little bit more of a challenge. Right toes land between the hands. Crescent warrior on your inhale. Exhale, right away, take your prayer twist. Holding here, maybe spreading the arms out wide. Inhale back through your crescent. Open yourself up, warrior 2. Reverse warrior. And then exhale, take a side angle pose this time. Finding whatever that means to you. If you want some more core work, right arm to the left, maybe right arm to the front of the room. Inner thighs hugging together. Next inhale, reverse your triangle. Cartwheel the hands down. Hop the back foot in about a foot. Revolve triangle pose. Left hand down, right fingertips up. Standing splits, top of the mat. Right away into your half moon pose. And then standing splits once more for a moment. Left toes meet the right, take a fold forward. Circle the arms overhead. And then exhale, right away, take a fold. Halfway lift, inhale. your option or your choice for one more crow pose, Bakasana if you want it. Land the hands, shift the weight to the palms, let the knees splay out a little bit. Find that connection, knees to armpits. Shift the weight to the toes, begin lifting the heels. And then as you shift the weight forward, reach the chest forward. Shoulders come over the wrists, lift one or both toes. Draw the big toes together. Heels towards the hips. Holding here for one more round of breath. Find your way through a chaturanga or meet in your downward facing dog. One more side here. Left heel lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. If you want a wild thing, one more time here. Then plant the left palm. Left knee draws to the left tricep. Holding here. Inhale, three-legged dog, left heel lifts. Draw the knee to the tricep. Find that connection. Inhale, three-legged. This time, Ekapada on this side. Knee to tricep, bend the elbows, chaturanga arms. Left knee rests on the tricep. Upper body can rest on both arms. And then kick the foot through or over to the left. Flying splits, lengthen both of the legs. Lower the right foot, three-legged up. Touch the toes between the hands. Crescent warrior. This time, prayer twist to the left. Inhale back through center. Warrior to exhale. Reverse warrior. Side angle pose. Finding your depth, your variation. Maybe core work. Lifting the bottom arm. Next, inhale to reverse your triangle. Cartwheel the hands out. Or cartwheel the hands down. Hop the back foot in. Right hand down, left arm opens you up, twist. Plant through the left hand. Standing splits top of the mat. Half moon pose one more time here. And then standing splits. Lift the right heel a little bit higher. Touch the foot next to the left. Take a fold forward. Inhale, circle the arms overhead. Exhale, Anjali Mudra, sealing that off. Hands to heart. Feeling the breath here. And you can soften the eyes. I'm beginning to slow down our practice. Slow down our breath. Flutter the eyes open. Circle the arms overhead. And then take another fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant the hands, and then just sink the hips to your mat, coming onto your sits bones. Lengthen the legs out in front of you. Coming into just a forward fold. So removing any flesh from underneath your tush. Flex the toes back to the face. Inhale, circle the arms overhead. Reaching from the sits bones out through the fingertips. Take your fold forward, drawing the forehead to the knees. And then lifting the spine back up. Plant through the feet. And then we're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh. You can plant the hands behind the hips. Coming into a figure four stretch. And start to walk the left foot in a little bit more, maybe out, depending on how intense you want the stretch to be. If you want to rock the hips, rock the knees side to side to get into any more areas of tension, emotional stress, whatever it is that you're still holding on to. And keep the heart lifted and open, the shoulders rolling down the back. And then release the right foot down. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Flex the toes back to the knee. And then finding your depth here, however intense you want it. Maybe rocking the knees side to side again. And then release the left foot down. Reach the arms to the front of the room. And then using the core, start to slowly lower down onto the back. Taking a full body stretch. Once you get there, and then taking another happy baby here. Draw the knees to the armpits. Sway back and forth. And then plant through the feet. So ankles are underneath the knees. Hands alongside body, palm face down. And your next inhale, tuck the tailbone. So press the low back into the mat. And then lift the hips. Coming into your bridge pose. Inner thighs are squeezing together. You can walk the shoulders underneath the back. Maybe interlace the hands behind the low back. Inhale, lift the hips higher. And exhale to hold. Holding here for a couple more rounds of breath. Just releasing the front side of our bodies. One more round of breath. And then releasing the hands if they were interlaced. Lower the hips down. Drop the knees over to the left side, arms out to a T. Take a supine twist. Hips might lift off to the right side, so shoulder and hip are in line with one another. You can shift the eyes, the gaze over to the right side. And hug the knees back through center. Plant the feet, lift the hips to reset your spine. And then lower the knees off to the right side. Hips can lift a little bit over to the left to keep one line between the shoulder and the hips. You can bend or straighten the legs. And try shifting the gaze over to the left side. Travel the knees back to your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze here. Lift the shoulders, lift the head off of the mat, hugging the body in. And then once you're ready, finding your final resting pose, whatever that looks like for you, if it's Supta Baddha Konasana, climb bound ankle, maybe it's a supported inversion, maybe it's traditional Shavasana, whatever that looks like for you tonight. And wherever you're at, placing one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. And feeling that connection with the earth below you once again. And softening the eyes, letting the breath go, letting the lips fall apart, tongue releases from the roof of the mouth. Shavasana. Deep inhale in. Deep exhale out. Coming back to your body. Bringing some gentle movements back into the limbs. Maybe rocking the head side to side. And when you're ready, rolling onto one side of your mat before making your way up to a seat, keeping the eyes soft. And once you arrive, draw the thumb knuckles to your third eye space, tucking the chin gently. Thank you so, so much for joining me tonight. From my heart, my home, to yours. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. I will see you next time.